In this video, I will uncover some of the most important challenges sport organizations face in implementing good governance. So before I do so, reflect on which elements within your own context can make better governance challenging. What barriers do you foresee in the implementation of good governance principles? Good governance is important in ensuring the success and sustainability of sport organizations. However, establishing good governance can be challenging, given the complex structure of sport organizations and the numerous factors that can undermine transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct. One of the biggest challenges sport organizations face is a complex structure. Most sport organizations have multiple layers of management, including governing bodies, national associations, and local clubs. Each layer has its own governance structure and decision-making processes, making it difficult to ensure consistency and transparency across the organization. So there are international, national, and sometimes regional or local guidelines emerging from international sporting bodies, government, and national association that prevents harmonization. Additionally, the governance structures of sport organizations can also be a challenge in establishing good governance. There may be a lack of clarity in roles and responsibilities, which can lead to confusion, bureaucracy, and inefficiency. Another challenge is the lack of accountability. Many sport organizations are run by volunteers who may not have the necessary skills or knowledge to manage the organization effectively. Additionally, there may be conflicts of interest or other factors that make it difficult to hold decision makers accountable for their actions. Decision makers in sport organizations may have personal or financial interest in the decisions they make, which can compromise the ability to act in the best interest of the organization. So this can lead to abuse of power and greed. Transparency is also a critical element of good governance in sports. Some organizations are not sufficiently transparent in their decision-making processes or financial management. This lack of transparency can lead to suspicion of corruption or mismanagement, which can undermine the organization's credibility and trust. Ethical conduct is a critical component of good governance in sports organizations. However, there have been numerous instances of unethical conduct in the sport industry, such as doping scandals, match fixing, or money laundering. So these examples can damage the reputation of the organization and undermine trust. Finally, resistance to change is another challenge in establishing good governance in sport. Sport organizations have a long history of tradition with established way of doing things, which can make it difficult to implement new governance structure or practices. Even more so that those in power who make policies and decisions may have no interest in changing the status quo which they benefit from. So typically, succession planning in sport is a typical issue that prevents new people to lead new ideas and change. Moreover, stakeholders may also resist change as they benefit from the current relationship they have and may perceive a change as a threat to advantage they obtain. To overcome these challenges, sport organizations must be committed to transparency, ethical conduct, and stakeholder participation, and invest in the necessary resources and governance structures to support these initiatives. Board members should be encouraged to challenge decisions and work together with management to develop solutions that are tailored to the organization needs. Sport organizations should also implement check and balances mechanism to ensure that power is distributed fairly and that no one person or group can make decisions without accountability. This involves establishing clear roles and responsibilities, creating oversight bodies or commission, and implementing policies to prevent conflict of interest. Clear communication is vital for promoting transparent and building trust. This means ensuring that information flows freely between stakeholders, including athletes, coaches, members, and sponsors. Sport organizations should develop communication plans that outline how information will be disseminated, who is responsible for communicating, and how stakeholders can provide feedback. Effective risk management is another critical aspect of better governance in sport organizations. This means identifying potential risks and developing strategies to mitigate them. Risk can include financial risk, reputation risk, and legal risks. Sport organizations should conduct regular risk assessment and develop risk management plans to minimize the impact of potential risks. Finally, a strong code of conduct is essential for promoting ethical behavior and preventing misconduct. This means establishing clear expectations for behavior of board members and staff, outlining prohibited activities and implementing consequences for violations. Board members should uphold the 7 principles of public life, also known as the Nolan principles. These ethical standards include acting selflessly in the public interest, showing integrity, being objective, accountable, open, and demonstrating leadership. By adhering to these principles, board members can ensure that their decisions and actions are ethical and transparent, which is essential for building trust and maintaining the integrity of the organization. Such code of conduct should be regularly reviewed and updated to reflect changes in the organization or sector, and should be communicated clearly to all stakeholders. To conclude, establishing good governance in sport organizations can be challenging. Complex structure, lack of transparency and accountability, resistance to change, and conflict of interest can undermine governance and ethical conduct. To lead towards better governance, sport organizations should prioritize implementing checks and balances, clear communication, effective risk management, and a strong code of conduct. These principles can help promote transparency, build trust, and ensure long-term success that benefit all stakeholders.